Speed skaters are known for their cycling prowess, and we are going to be doing some testing on bikes with a speed skater, Carolina Hiller. First and foremost, Kelly Quipp. This was my physiologist once upon a time. First question, what's the difference between a physiologist and a physiotherapist, though?
Okay, well, physiotherapist is primarily looking at is the paramedical professional. So they're helping them to stay healthy and treatments if they do get injured. Physiology is really trying to help them, with measurement and training to the same goal, but more or less we deal with them when they're in a healthy zone versus being injured. So Carolina's doing an incremental lactate to 6 millimoles. So she is on the bike, starts off pretty easy. Every 3 minutes it gets a little bit harder. Every 3 minutes we take a heart rate, or every minute we're taking a heart rate, and every 3 minutes we're taking a lactate. And the lactate tells us, is just a really gauge of the intensity of the exercise for her. So right now we just took a lactate sample, takes about 15 seconds to analyze, and then that gives us an idea of how hard she's working.
And lactate feels like you are walking through lava, if that's the scientific definition. Nod your head if I've got that correctly.
All of us sort of are sitting around at rest. She's got about 1 to 2 millimoles in her body. As the intensity increases, with the wattage going up every 3 minutes, and the lactate starts to form in the muscles and gets into the blood and circulates up, then we can measure that, maybe 6, 7 increments, then she gets to that lactate of 6. But obviously the longer she can go before hitting that, the fitter you are.
And now we're going to the Windgate bike. Now this is more to measure speed and power, correct?
Right, so the Windgate bike is used specifically in speed skating to measure that sort of explosive power. So that, off the start line, it's really highly correlated with start and with skating. So speed skaters will do a 10-second, see how fast you can go against a known resistance. Fast! Come on, go! Yeah, there's so many great parameters we can get from this. You can look at the amount of pedals it took her to get to the biggest power. We look at obviously the power output that she covered in that 10 seconds and where the peak happened. So how quickly she can get to that peak power. And then of course the average, the min, the max fatigue. There's lots of different parameters you can look at.
We're going to the biochemistry lab. I didn't do well in bio, so thank God we have Kelly Quipp here. Tell me what we're doing.
So this test that we're going to do is called a hemoglobin mass test. So basically it's a rebreathing technique in which we actually give carbon monoxide to the athlete. As you can imagine, carbon monoxide binds instantly to hemoglobin. So once we deliver that into her system, it binds to the hemoglobin molecules. Through a rebreathing technique, it circulates through her system, and then through some fancy math, we can figure out how much is still left in her system, and therefore how much hemoglobin total she has in her body.
And why do we care how much hemoglobin she has?
Well, generally the higher the amount of hemoglobin, the better oxygen carrying capacity. So an endurance athlete, that's obviously you can imagine is very important. The more oxygen carrying capacity, there's a high correlation with the VO2 max value as well. So the higher the hemoglobin mass, the higher the VO2 max. And just overall be a better ability to sustain repetitive cyclic, exercise for a long period of time. Open it up, take a big inhale, they'll count you down for 10 seconds, you hold that for 10, and then just breathe normal after that. Often we get a baseline measure to see if someone kind of has the genetic makeup as an endurance athlete to begin with, and then how can all of these things change with altitude or doing long volume training or going to heat, those kind of things. When you can't get any more out of your lungs, close the system and then take it out of your mouth. We're looking to kind of expand it into that kind of next gen era as well, because if we can kind of find those kids that already have the genetic predisposition to have a good amount of hemoglobin, we can kind of cater them into the sports that they may be successful in.